Welcome to Precious Explore. In this channel, I share my travel experiences and about things that fascinate me. Today, I'll be focusing on this particular emoji. Have you seen this emoji or even used this emoji? In this video, we will explore the origin and meaning of one of the most recognizable images in the world of art. You see, few artworks have managed to capture the raw, deep emotions of humans. Look at this painting showing an image shouting. You can feel that the image is alone, is terrified, and in despair. This artwork, which has become part of popular culture, is called The Scream and a masterpiece of the legendary Edvard Munch. Let's find out what was going on in Munch's mind when he created it. Let's dive into the story behind The Scream, a masterpiece that continues to exist over a century later. So The Scream, originally titled The Shake the Nature or The Scream of Nature or Scares, was painted by the Norwegian artist Edvard Munch in 1893. Did you know that Munch created several versions of this image? Munch often revisited the same themes in his work, exploring them from different angles, much like a writer editing a novel until it is perfect. Anyway, to understand The Scream, we first need to understand Munch himself. Born in 1863 in Norway, Munch was surrounded by illness and death from a young age. His mother died of tuberculosis when he was just 5 years old, and his sister Sophie died when she was 15, leaving Munch devastated. These traumatic experiences profoundly influenced Munch's outlook and became central themes in his art. Loneliness, fear, and death appear time and again in his painting. Munch's art was never about beauty or joy. Instead, it was a reflection of his emotional and psychological struggles. Let's find out what inspired The Scream. So Munch was working along a forge at sunset with friends when he suddenly felt overwhelmed by a sense of dread. He said that he felt a sense of scream passing through nature. It seems Munch had a scream. In this painting, Munch used vibrant and natural colors, a spraying sky, and exhausted, almost abstract shape to evoke this moment of terror. Let's take a closer look at the figure in the painting. What immediately stands out is that you will notice that the figure is almost skeletal. Take a closer look. Look at the wide eyes, the gaping mouth, the hands clutching the sides of his face as though trying to block out the noise or perhaps joining the scream. So the figure seems trapped in a moment of overwhelming anxiety, and behind this figure you can see two other figures working in the distance, unconcerned to the emotional turmoil happening in the foreground. And then there's the landscape itself, the blood red sky, the swirling, almost suffocating atmosphere. So Munch's depiction of anxiety and despair is something that we humans can resonate with. This painting's ability to communicate deep emotional and psychological truth has held its place in art history. And as I look at that open mouth and haunted gaze of the figure, I can almost hear my silent scream echoing back at me. The Scream is more than just a painting. It is a symbol of human fear, anxiety, and isolation. You see, art is not just about what we see, but what we feel. We live in an age where stress, where fear and self-doubt often go unspoken, marked by the busyness of everyday life. People often feel burdened by the demands of work, relationships, social expectation, and personal aspiration. The Scream reflects these collective experiences of stress and fear, although as if it is speaking for all of us. It is a visual embodiment of the feelings of panic and inner turmoil that many people face daily. The Scream holds such relevance today because it touches on feelings of isolation. In a world that is more connected than ever before through technology, social media, and global network, many people still experience profound feelings of loneliness and disconnection. The solitary figure in The Scream present us as individuals in the midst of a chaotic world, isolated in their own emotional experiences while life goes on around them. So that sense of being apart from the rest of the world is something many people can relate to, whether it is the feeling of out of place in social settings, misunderstood by others, or simply feeling alone in dealing with personal challenges. This painting captured the terrifying realization that despite the noise, the movement, and life around us, sometimes we are alone in our internal struggles. On a deeper level, the scream speaks to the question of existence, about life itself. What is the purpose of existence? Why do we experience suffering, anxiety, and fear? The figure in the painting can be interpreted as experiencing a moment of the crisis of existence, a realization of the fleeting nature of life, the inevitability of death, and the uncertainty of our purposes. This is a question that has preoccupied philosophers, artists, and everyday people throughout human history. The scream resonates because it forces us to confront this uncomfortable but essential aspect of human condition. It asks us to acknowledge that fear and uncertainty are part of life and that these emotions are neither avoidable nor something to be ashamed of. In fact, they are part of what makes us humans. This shared struggle is what binds people together, even if our anxiety are often felt in isolation. In a world that often pressures us to hide our vulnerability, the screen reminds us that it's okay to feel deeply. The painting acts as a reminder that we all have moments of despair and that in those moments it is okay to acknowledge our fears and feel overwhelmed and let our own scream, whether it is physical expression or an emotional release. It's a reminder that this moment don't define us, but they are part of our journey as humans. Through the scream, we can see that it's okay to feel anxious or afraid, to question our purpose, and to struggle with the chaos of life. These emotions don't make us weak, they make us human. Unlike the figure in Mush painting, we may feel alone in our fear, but the scream reminds us that ultimately we are all united in the same human experience. Whether you see the scream as an expression of personal pain, a reflection of modern anxiety, or a universal cry for help, there is no denying its power. Mush painting captures something internal, a feeling we have all experienced at one point or another. And this is what makes the scream one of the most important pieces of art ever created. If you have enjoyed this deep dive into the world of Edvard Munch, don't forget to like, to share, and subscribe for more exploration into the world of travel, of art, culture, and history. This is what I do in this channel. Let me know in the comments what you think of the scream and how it resonates with you. Until next time, keep exploring, keep trying to figure out what the world is about, try to know things, try to know more places, and that is why you should be subscribed to this channel, because I always share informative content about destination experiences, the things I see, because I want to connect with you. Okay, until next time, I always say happy travels, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button. And whenever you use this emoji, don't forget that you have engaged with Norwegian art and the artist himself, Edvard Munch. I hope you learned something new from this video. Hit the subscribe button before going. Thank you. Bye.